I want to ask you guys a quick little question. If you guys could invest money that could grow for decades and at the end in your retirement completely withdraw tax-free, would you guys do it? Because what I explained to you guys is exactly what the Roth IRA does. And that is why it is one of the most powerful long-term investing tools available. Quick disclaimer before we get into it, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't have any courses. I don't have any programs to sell to you guys either. I do not want anything from you guys. This video is purely educational and reflects the Roth IRA rules as they stand in 2026. Make sure to always double check with your official IRS guidance as rules can always change. So let's get into it. If this is your first video on the channel, I'm a 21-year-old college student and I'm approaching investing with a long-term mindset. So what exactly is a Roth IRA? A Roth IRA account is just a retirement account where you contribute money after taxes, which is just a way to say that you already paid income tax for the money you're putting in. Once the money is inside of your account, that means all of that money can grow completely tax-free. And that also means that once you hit retirement, you can withdraw all of the money completely tax-free as well. That combination of the after-tax contributions, the tax-free growth, and the tax-free withdrawal is exactly what makes the Roth IRA so unique. This is completely different from a traditional IRA, where you might get a tax deduction paid up front, but then once you withdraw all of the earnings that you make, you will get taxed for it. A Roth trades that upfront tax deduction for completely tax-free growth and completely tax-free withdrawals. So why is the Roth IRA so powerful? Most investing accounts eventually tax your gains in some way. With a Roth IRA, that growth completely belongs to you. That is the most important part about a Roth IRA, especially if you're young, because decades of compounding interest completely tax-free can make a huge difference over time. Let me give a simple hypothetical example. Let's say you start with around $10,000 and you contribute around $500 a month for the next 20 years. For this example, I'll assume a 6% annual return, and that's being very conservative. Historically, the S&P 500 has averaged around a 10% annual return for long periods of time. But for this example, I want to keep stuff minimal. At 6%, which is a really low percentage as we're looking for the worst case scenario, that investment can grow to around $260,000. In a normal taxable brokerage account, when you sell, you owe capital gains taxes. After taxes, you might realistically end up with around $220,000 to $230,000. But when you start getting to the millions, that's even more money you're losing out on. Now let's compare that to the Roth IRA. With the same starting amount, the same total, everything the exact same, we would get that $260,000 completely tax-free. That means no capital gain taxes on it, no taxes on the growth, and that means that's all yours to keep. That difference doesn't come from higher returns. That difference comes with how both of these accounts are taxed. And that's why the government also places limits on the Roth IRA, not because it's so weak, but because the tax benefit is so strong. So you might ask, how does the government limit it? One major limitation on the Roth IRA is income. For 2026, if you're filing as a single, you can contribute into your Roth IRA account if you're making less than $153,000 a year. If your income falls roughly between $153,000 or $168,000 a year, your allowed contributions will be greatly limited. And once your income is above $168,000, then you can't contribute into the Roth IRA at all. This is why if you're around my age, a 21-year-old college student, the Roth IRA is super powerful. I work part-time and I don't even make anything close to $168,000. So I can put full contributions into my account every year. And since I'm nowhere near those limits, that means I can take advantage of completely tax-free growth early on in my career. That gives my money way more time to compound before I even think about income limits as a factor. But on the offhand, it's also very important to say it is never too late to start investing. Whether you're my age, 21 or 41, starting now instead of waiting makes time work for you, not against you. The earlier you start, the more time you'll have. But starting at all is what actually matters. For 2026, the maximum contribution you can make per year has increased from $7,000 to $7,500 per year if you're under the age of 50. If you're 50 years old or older, there's a $1,100 contribution catch-up allowed. Also, one more really important detail that I have to point out is a lot of people think Roth IRA locks up your money. Your your contributions, the money that you personally put in, can be withdrawn at any time with no penalties and no taxes. What has the rules are the earnings that the money that you put in makes. In order to get it completely tax-free, you're gonna have to keep the earning that your money makes in your account until retirement. So while a Roth IRA is designed for long-term contributions, the contributions that you put in currently can be withdrawn at any time. Another underrated benefit of the Roth IRA is that there are no minimum distributions in your lifetime. That also means that the IRS doesn't force you to withdraw all of your money at a certain age. As long as the account is in your name, your money can stay invested and continue to grow completely tax-free for as long as you want. So at this point, we've gone through what the Roth IRA is, why it's so powerful, what the rules are, and who it's actually for. That means you're now fully prepared to open one if it fits your situation. Opening a Roth IRA is super straightforward. You can open one up at most major brokerages like Fidelity, Vanguard, and Schwab, and link your bank account to those accounts. You can even set up automatic monthly contributions if you always want to hit your max per year without even thinking about it. But remember, consistency over time matters more than doing everything perfectly. Some common mistakes that some people do when they have a Roth IRA account is not understanding the withdrawal rules, not understanding the total contribution limits, and not recognizing what the difference between contributions and earnings between your accounts. Understanding those basics can save you from a lot of unnecessary taxes or penalties in the future. A Roth IRA tends to make more sense for people who are early on in their career, expecting to make more later, but want flexibility and tax-free income for retirement. But it can still be a powerful tool at any stage depending on your current situation. In future videos, I'll talk about how the Roth IRA currently fits with my long-term plan and how I'll personally be using it. This channel is all about building discipline and understanding all the tools available. Thank you guys all for watching. This is Janzu Invest, and I'll see you guys all later.